Hi there, everyone, and welcome to HD Piano. My name is JC, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to play Same Old Lang Syne by Dan Fogelberg. You know, coming into the holiday season, this old classic from 1980 fits in just perfectly for the holidays, all right? So in this first section, I'm going to teach you how to play the intro, and it sounds like this. All right, guys, so that is the intro. Now, before we dig into the tutorial, I want to ask you a quick question. Like I said, this is an old classic from 1980 that kind of falls right into the holiday spirit. At the end of the song, we've got that Auld Lang Syne, that we hear at New Year's Eve every year. And this just makes me think of Christmas and New Year and all that. And I want to hear from you guys. What is your favorite holiday song that brings you back to this time of year that's not a Christmas carol? Okay, that's the only rule to the question. It's not a Christmas carol. Your favorite one, it can be 40 years old. It can be 2 years old. I don't know. I just want to know what's your favorite one. I think this one right here definitely is in my list of top 5 favorite ones. So drop a comment below. I'd love to hear from you guys. Now listen, before we dig in, I want to let you know we are in the key of C major, which means we don't have any sharps or flats, no black keys, all white keys. Anytime there's an accidental where we use a sharp or a flat, we'll talk about that throughout the tutorial, but for the most part, it's all white keys. And we are in 4/4 time. I've got my metronome set to 110 beats per minute. And this is middle C on my keyboard, which is exactly where we're going to start this song with our left hand and our pinky. Okay, so we're going to start there, and then on the end of one, our right hand picks up this G. And I'm just going to break it into phrases. So here's what I'm about to teach you. This is phrase 1. Okay, just that much. So let's talk about the right hand. So on the end of one, you're going to grab this G, and then we've got C, and then we've got 3 2-note chords. We've got D and G, then we have E and G, and then we come back to the first one, which was D and G. All right, and then after that, we've got a single C, and we go back to the D and G. So in slow motion, there's this first part. One more time. All right, now on the left hand, as I said, we start on 1 right here. And on the and of 4, you jump up here to the A. For and. All right. Now the next right hand phrase is this. One more time. Now that first one is a 2-note chord, which is E and G, and it's got this grace note, this D right here. And all that means is you just flip up from that D to the G. You can play the G and D at the same time, but you immediately just jump up to the E, and this is called a grace note. This is really, a common practice in like country music on the piano. This is not at all a country song, but that little maneuver works great for this song. So after that, then we have C, A, C, B, and D. All right. So our left hand, remember on the first bar, we have the and of 4, we played this A. Now after that little grace note on the and of 2, you immediately play the E in the left hand. And then after beat 3, which is the C, you play the E again. And then we've got this 2-note chord, B and D, and we, on the end of that note, or that beat, we play the A. So there's this left hand, right hand, back and forth action happening. So let me give it to you in slow motion so you can really watch how that happens. All right, and that is all of phrase 1. Remember, you can always pause and rewind, check it out again. Now in phrase 2, we start on beat 1 with C and E in the right hand, and we're back to our middle C in the left hand. And this is one whole bar. This phrase goes C and E, G, C, D and G, E and G, D, C, and A. All right, so in slow motion. All right, and we've got C in the left hand. Now the back half of this phrase goes to our D and E again, and this is what happens. One more time. All right, so after that, D and G, then we're gonna play it again. We've got this little 16th note triplet. So it's D and G, and then E, D, ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba. D, G, E, D, and then on beat 3, you play the C, and on beat 4, B and D. So 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the left hand on the and of 1, you play the E, so 1 and then on beat 2, you play the A, 1 and 2. Okay, 1 and 2. Now on the and of 3, you play the A again, and then on the and of 4, you play the E again. So we've got that left hand back and forth, left, right hand back and forth thing happening again, just like we did back in bar 2. So let me give it to you in slow motion. So I'll give you the whole 2 bars slowly. 3, 4. All right, and that's the whole first half of the intro, which sounds like this. And now we're on our second half, okay? Now, second half is very similar. We've just got a couple little nuances we need to talk through. So, C and E, G, C, D, E, D, C, and D and G. So slow motion. Again, I'm going to repeat it. Now on this bar, our left hand, this is the first bar of the second half, and our left hand does exactly what it did the first bar. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. All right, and now this bar starts out repeating the second bar. But instead of going to the B and D like we did before, we go. All right, let's talk about that. In the right hand, 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and. So on beat 4, instead of the B and D, it's C on 4 and B and D on the and of 4. Okay, and then in the left hand, and we'll give it to you in context. All right, so when our right hand plays, after that C, we immediately go E, A, G, okay, and then F sharp, and that's in the next bar. Okay, so we'll do it in slow motion. E, A, G. Okay, so let me give you that whole phrase slowly. All right, guys, and that leads us to the last phrase, which is this D major 7 chord. So you've got C and E and the F sharp and the left hand. Let's talk about just the right hand for now. So we've got 1, and then on beat 2, we've got A and C. Beat 3 is B and D. And then 4 and, we've got C, E, and A, C. Okay, so it's 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 and. Okay, and on the left hand, we're going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So on the and of 3, we go down to the D. So let me do that for you in slow motion. Okay, now immediately after that, we jump down here to this lower F in the left hand while we're holding the A and C in the right hand. And then the right hand on the and of 1 goes A, and then F, E, and G, D and G, B and D, G, F and D. So here's how you're going to remember that. So we've got one note, two notes, two notes, two notes, one note, two notes. So 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2. 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2. And now I'm going to say that little phrase right there has got a little finger maneuvering. So you're going to go, my recommendation is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 5, 1 and 4, 2 and 5, 1 and 4, 5, 2 and 4. Without that little E. D and F, okay? Okay, so here we go. Here's the whole phrase. Okay, so I'm going to do that whole second half extremely slowly because there's a lot of maneuvering there, and then we'll go back and look at it in tempo. So 3 and 4 and. Okay, so remember, guys, the key to this is going to be to rewind, watch the troubled sections over and over and over again, and practice it slowly. You know, start with just this phrase, and then just play it over and over again until it feels familiar to you. All right, gang, so I'm going to go back and give the whole thing to you at tempo, and then you'll be all set and ready for part 2. So here's the intro, 2, 3, and. All right, guys, so that covers the entire intro to Same Old Lang Syne by Dan Fogelberg. I look forward to seeing you guys for part 2 over at HDpiano. Now listen, if you've enjoyed this video, I hope you'll give it a thumbs up, click subscribe so you always know what's going on. Come out and find us over in social media. We'd love to engage with you guys there. My name is JC, and I have enjoyed this thoroughly. I look forward to seeing you over at hdpiano.com, home of the hybrid piano lesson. Bye-bye.